Hi, welcome to Three Random Monkeys. So glad you're here. I'm Dana.
I'm Bill.
And today we are going to be doing our review of the Strandberg Boden Prog NX6 guitar.
Sounds like an 80s sports car.
Well, it looks like one. That's pretty crazy shape.
It is pretty crazy. Crazy shape.
Yep, pretty crazy shape. If you look at the links below, we've got the unboxing and the first impressions of this completely odd.
Spoiler alert, they were favorable.
Yeah, it's an interesting guitar. You know, it looks like a super Strat that somebody in woodshop had taken a bandsaw to. But Ola Strandberg knows what he's doing, and the tech involved in this guitar is impressive. The ergonomics are insanely comfortable. The guitar molds into my body. The arm carve right here is exactly where my arm is. But my hand falls right on the low E string, and you know, for palm muting, and it just works perfectly. The gut cut fits
your gut perfectly.
Fits my gut perfectly. The Endure neck, which is this trapezoidal angled thing, it's thicker towards the first fret and it gets thinner as it goes up the neck, but it forces you to have your thumb along the flat. Now, because of that, is this guitar really wants to be played in the classical guitar position, up close and personal.
So if you want it around your knees in the punk band, it's just not going to work.
It probably still would work.
But you'd look stupid.
Your thumb, I mean, unless you're double jointed or something, you know, your thumb isn't going to go along that flat on the back. But you don't have to. Is that the carve on the top? You know, if you're it's when you're playing cowboy chords in the first position, it fits my hand perfect. When you play in that classical guitar style, is that you've got a straighter wrist and you have less strain. Now, that less strain is important to me because I've had wrist and hand surgeries on my left hand, and can still muddle through playing the guitar. I mean, I've only owned this less than a month.
About a month, I think.
And but once you get used to it, is your hand does fall where it is supposed to fall. This guitar is only 4 pounds 14 ounces, and it's almost 3 pounds lighter than any of my next lightest guitar. I've got Les Paul that's 11 pounds, so this thing is insanely light, and it's easy to play for longer periods of time. And my wrists don't wear out as quickly. My back doesn't hurt. It's, for me, the ergonomics of it is, it's life-changing, really, as a guitar player.
So who's it aimed at? A rocker, a country guy?
Well, this is the Prog. So
What makes it Prog? It can still sound pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And just because you're Prog doesn't mean you can't play clean. But they've got several different lines. They've got a Telecaster-esque looking the Salin. The Boden is pretty much the
standard.
The standard heavier looking one. Now, it's not all great. And my nitpicky parts are incredibly minuscule compared to the benefits that I've received by playing this guitar. So, but my hand falls exactly where it needs to be for palm muting. You know, it just works. But because
we're going to talk about the whole,
I have a tendency that when I'm playing legato passages or leads or anything like that, is I'll plant my pinky on the body of the guitar just to anchor, and then I'll play. Well, because the bridge is slanted, it's angled like this, and if my palm is where I'm muting, my pinky falls right into this pickup hole right there, the screw hole for that pickup. And that's a little disconcerting. So I'm going to have to learn to play around that somehow, but it does that's a thing. Another thing that's a minor thing is that for the first couple of decades of my guitar playing is that I played Strats exclusively. And my muscle memory knows exactly where to grab the volume knob with my pinky and roll it off. With this, because of where the bridge and the pickup and everything is and where that volume knob is, I can grab the top to roll off the volume, but it's not as easy as it is on a Strat.
Tell us about the tuning, the touchiness of the tuning.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I have, Bill's mocked me, but I've inadvertently, when tuning this guitar, I've reached up to grab invisible tuning knobs up here somewhere that aren't there.
Which is very mockable.
And the tuning is down here. But as soon as you put your hand on here, because this is a floating bridge, is that you are sharp or flat just by touching the bridge. And so what you have to do is you got to turn, turn a hair, pluck the note, turn a hair, pluck the note. So it probably takes twice as long to tune this guitar as it does a standard non-Floyd Rose guitar. Now a Floyd Rose guitar, on the other hand,
yeah, all bets are off on that.
Yeah, tuning Floyds are fun. Intonating Floyds are fun. But this is basically, it's a patented bridge, Strandberg bridge. The nut is patented. It has a plastic nut and this locking. It's kind of Floyd Rose-esque because it's locking down all the strings.
It has a 0 fret though, right?
Right, and this does have a 0 fret. It's my first guitar with a 0 fret, and I love it. The action is ridiculously low. The relief is.
Tell us about the non-pokiness of the head there.
Sure. So with a lot of headless guitars, is that you cut off the strings at the lack of headstock there, and what this locking thing here has these little fingers that you pull all the strings through. It's a single piece. As you pull up the strings and lock it down, you cut it with a pair of diagonal cutters, and the tip of the string falls back down so that there's no sharp edges. So if Eddie Van Halen owned one of these, there's no way he could stick his cigarette on...
he could stick it in the truss rod hole.
The truss rod hole? Yeah. Virginia Slims might fit there, but I don't think your average Marlboro Red is going to.
That's a 308 caliber hole there.
Nah, yeah. The knobs are non-standard. They look like Telecaster knobs. You look at the tuning and it's got one volume, one tone. They are round, but they're flat on one edge. So you can tell just by feeling it where you are in the arc of the
knob.
Yeah. And with anything else, a regular Telecaster or with Stratocaster, you look down and you look at the number. With Les Paul, same thing. With a speed knob or a top hat knob. But these have this flat part, which is actually it's pretty ingenious. 5-way switch is a 5-way switch. The bridge is. It seems to have the tuning stability of a Floyd Rose without being a Floyd Rose, and it's way easier to tune this than it is a Floyd Rose. This finish is satin, and normally satin is a cheaper finish. On cheaper guitars, gloss takes more work, but it is
no fingerprints.
No fingerprints. This is the anti-fingerprint.
Stop touching it. Stop touching it.
Anti-fingerprint magnet. It's a little weird that there is no. So for the tremolo, there is no tremolo cover.
Yeah,
didn't come with one.
I don't like that.
One, and on the back, it just looks. Yeah, I don't like it. It looks cheap, I guess. Now, interesting thing too is this is set up with strap pins that are kind of like an SG kind of thing. You've got one on the back. You got one up here. My Flying V is like that too. But because this guitar is being played up high, classical style, I can feel the strap lock. I put strap locks on here and not the regular strap pins. So that's my own doing. But
So it came with regular strap pins.
yeah,
Okay.
regular pins. And I've got Schaller strap locks on here to go with everything else I've got. A way to change that would be to put it, right in the tip of this upper bout.
Is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem.
I like it behind because if you've got a great bout, why do you want a pin sticking out of it?
It looks cleaner. It looks
cleaner.
a lot cleaner, but
And you don't have to worry about neck dive, so it can be there.
oh yeah, this has zero neck dive. And the funny thing too is not funny, but I mean the way this is a 24 fret guitar, and it could have been a 27 fret guitar because it is easy to reach way up the neck. In conclusion, this is
Phenomenal. Incredible.
it's made me want to replace a huge number of my stable of guitars.
Well, Strandberg only has a few models, so you can only replace like 4 of them.
But this does a lot.
So stay tuned on Reverb for the giant sale, the Three Monkeys guitar sale. Kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. Anybody looking for Fenders, Gibsons, Ibanez, Gretches?
Yeah,
we can do
kind of cover the spectrum.
We can do something about that. But yeah, it's here's something else that really appeals to me too is that it's got stainless steel frets, which are going to outlive me. It has a rich light fingerboard, which is like a phenolic resin paper compressed wood simulacrum, and
Those are big words we don't understand. Just tell us it's fake. It's not real.
but with the rich light fingerboard is that it's never going to shrink. It's never going to expand. It is, it's basically a plastic fretboard. But the stainless steel frets in that fretboard, it's
Silky smooth.
there's no grain to
So it's
rub
not
the
gritty.
strings. Oh no, there's nothing.
It's
It's
smooth
just
as glass.
it's as smooth as glass, and it plays like glass. And it is it's got a 20-inch radius, so you can bend for days, and you can get your action really, really, really low. And the fretwork on this thing is impeccable. It couldn't be any better. One of the things that folks denigrate about the Strandbergs is that they're made in Indonesia. And, an Indonesian guitar should be sub $500, right? This isn't. This is a $2,400 guitar. So,
But it's patented.
well, yeah, there's a lot of patent
there's-
stuff.
it's
and there's a
supply
lot
and
of,
demand, so.
And there's a lot of engineering that goes into this. I mean, he's got to get paid for what he's done for it. And when it comes down to it, I mean, we've got videos of really, really, really cheap guitars that punch above their weight.
Firefly.
Yeah, the Fireflies. Not always, but we've been able to make them pretty impressive. And we're going to shoot out a $500 Firefly. It's modified. It was originally a $229 Firefly. But it's a sub $500 Firefly. We're going to shoot it out against this $2,400 Strandberg in an upcoming video and see what you guys think. Because we've got a JB in the neck on that Firefly. This SSH Plus is supposed to be JB-esque. We'll see what they think. Now, ergonomically, they're not even going to be in the same ballpark. So what do you pay for that? That's
exactly what it is right there.
Yep. But thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe, and we will
Give you some tones on the way out.
Yeah.